Hi there, welcome to the Revival Hydrovac YouTube channel. My name is Trevor and this is Carlson. He is the owner and founder of Revival Hydrovac. And today's topic, we're going to learn a little bit more about Revival Hydrovac, what they do, and it's going to be pretty educating and enlightening for you. You learn more about this great Edmonton-based hydrovac company. And I'm going to start off with a quote from Marcus Aurelius. Each day provides its own gifts. And that's true. That's the kind of outlook that we should have on a day-to-day basis, is just look for the good in every day. Quick statistic for you guys. Underground utility damages caused by excavation resulted in an estimated $650 million in societal cost expenditures. And that's in Canada. And this estimate is based on 20% direct cost and 80% indirect cost. And most of those damages happened as a result of excavators, like big machine excavators with buckets hitting underground utilities like natural gas, as well as telecommunications, which were the top two. And hydrovac is the safest way to find underground utilities and do excavation where there are possibilities of underground excavation. So with that being said, Carlson, how long have you been in the hydrovac industry?
Yeah, I've been in the industry for a little bit over 10 years now.
10 years?
Yeah.
Great. And what were you doing? Like, were you always in town, or did you work on the pipeline or oil industry?
I was mostly work in town because I'm not a pipeline guy.
Okay.
I want to be really close to my family, and I choose to stay in the city. But I think I've gone out of town maybe one or twice throughout my hydrovac career.
Okay. And you work with a few different hydrovac companies in your 10 years?
Yes.
Excellent. So right now, I know hydrovac, Revival Hydrovac is relatively new. And what does your team consist of right now?
Right now, it's me and my wife. My wife does the admins, and I'm mostly on the truck.
Excellent. So you've only been operating for what at the time of this video a few months, right? And you're doing pretty well for just being open a few months. You know, getting some contracts and helping people in the Edmonton area, helping big contractors, and you know, starting to build those relationships because of your work ethic. And how well you do that, and also your reputation. Because some people know you and they want to use you strictly because they know how well you do the work and that you actually enjoy doing the work.
That's right.
Right? So the next question, I guess, I kind of answered a little bit, but what is the main area where you operate Revival Hydrovac, and where do you want to stay?
I want to stay based in Edmonton. This Edmonton is my home, obviously. Okay. I want to stay in Edmonton, but doesn't mean that I cannot provide any other surrounding areas the service. Yeah, that's what we're planning on doing, is providing service outside of Edmonton as well.
Yeah. So you're going to be doing hydrovac services in Edmonton, hydrovac services in Spruce Grove, as well as hydrovac in Stony Plain, and all the areas around Edmonton. And then, you know, possibly in several years, you might be able to expand into Calgary and the other larger centers as well, right? So those long-term goals that we have for Revival Hydrovac. Perfect. Now, what would you say causes Revival Hydrovac to stand out from other hydrovac companies?
It's our safety and our work ethic and how we do things. And that's what makes us different, because we're not just show up on site just to collect a paycheck. We want to make sure that our clients are happy and they appreciate the work that we've done, and we make a difference. That's what makes us different. Yeah. Now,
when it comes to doing the hydrovac work, what are some of the comments that people have about working with you specifically, like having you on their site?
You always say that I have a smile on my face, but it's a good thing because I love my job and I love working with people, and it's amazing to have the opportunity to work with other people, you know, as a business owner, and make a difference. And I think I enjoy that every single day.
Fantastic. Now, is there any special equipment, technology, or experience that sets you apart from competitors? What makes you a little bit different on the equipment side of things?
Our truck is a little bit smaller, but obviously the fact that we work in the city here, it's very important to watch over your weight. And that's why I go that route. I go with a tandem truck because I want us to be able to work in the city without worry about getting fines for overweight.
Okay.
And we can fit in very tight areas and stuff like that, especially back alleys. There's low overhead lines, and those trucks that fit perfectly in those tight spots. So yeah, and our truck is it looks small, but it's not.
Yeah.
Because we can haul up approximately like 5.5 cubic meters of dirt.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. So with that being said, you guys have a unique system that's really specifically designed to work in town, in cities, getting into those tight areas where bigger trucks just simply can't. They have to use extra equipment,
That's right.
which provides extra cost as well, right? To get extra equipment that'll allow them to reach further, they have to, the customer has to pay for extra equipment, extra time, and all these things. Whereas with you, you can sneak in there with your smaller truck and get the job done faster.
Yes.
Awesome. So the next question I have for you is, who is the ideal customer for Revival Hydrovac?
I think we have all type of customers, construction, utilities, and that's something that we've been actually working a lot on is utility excavation. So we don't actually narrow ourselves into one spot. We try to actually provide for every type of service.
Yeah, but typically, like the best customers for you are the repeat customers, like in utility excavation is really the main ones, and the big one for you also. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like bigger construction companies who need to find and locate utilities so they don't accidentally.
That's right.
Dig into it. Right.
We don't want that.
We don't want that to happen. That's a bad day for everybody. Awesome. So the next question I have for you, Carlson, is what is one thing that you try to do better every day?
That's a good question. I try to do my work as clean and safe as possible. Because I know in the industry there's guys that when they show up on site, they do their job, and you can easily notice that there was a hydrovac there, like kind of leave mess behind. But me, every time I show up on site, I finish my job, I make sure that I clean up my mess. And then when somebody else come here, they say, "Oh, did you have a hydrovac here?" Nobody will notice because I make sure that I clean up my mess before I leave site. So, and I think that's one thing that it's very important because a good example, if let's say that a company call a hydrovac by my house and then locate something, and then they just wrap up and leave the mess, and then I'm gonna be extremely upset. So I just basically think like it was my property every time I show up on site. So
excellent. Yeah, it's always nicer to work on a clean construction site as opposed to a big mess. I did construction for a number of years, and it was one of the most frustrating things when other trades wouldn't clean up after themselves and you're tripping over their garbage. It's unsafe, and it also makes for a not pleasant work environment. Next question that I have for you is, why are you so passionate about the hydrovac industry?
I just love my job. I think that's what makes me very passionate, is because I know what I'm doing, and I know I do it well. And putting a smile on people's face, I love doing that. I love doing my job, and then people say, "Wow, thank you. You make a difference." And that's what makes me very passionate about my job.
Awesome. Great. Now, what's the biggest goal that you have for Revival Hydrovac?
My biggest goal is to have a decent company, not too big though. I would like to have a fleet of 6 to 8 trucks.
Okay.
Operating throughout the city and surroundings, and providing top-notch service. That's my goal.
Excellent. Yeah, Revival Hydrovac going to take over the hydrovac industry in the capital region.
That's right.
For sure. The next question I have for you, and this is going to be the last question, what are some of the challenges that you face in hydrovacing?
Not able to find lines If I cannot find lines, let's say that the locator actually say the line is here, and then the line is like 1 or 3 meters away, and I'm very frustrated because I cannot find it, and the client is on a time. How can I say that? They have a time frame to complete that job, and the longer I take, the longer they will take, right?
Right.
So I think that's the biggest challenge, is not able to find the line where they mark the line. So.
Yeah, so that's something that's a little bit out of your control when someone marks it in the wrong spot. But yeah, I can see how that would be very frustrating. And with that, Carlson, thank you so much for sharing a little bit more about what Revival Hydrovac does. And it's been very informative. And I know that if you are looking for a great hydrovac company, you should give Carlson a call at Revival Hydrovac. Just visit the website at revivalhydrovac.com and schedule an appointment with him. They've got a great no-brainer offer that Carlson will go over with you if you're a brand new company, and we'd be glad to service you anywhere within the capital region. So that's Edmonton, Hydrovac, Leduc, Spruce Grove, Stony Plain, Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan, any of those areas, we'd be glad to come out and give you a hand.
That's right.
All right. Take care. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.